I just finished Signal Void, the new narrative tale added to the Long Dark, and oh my god, do I need to talk about this. Hinterland undersold how important this is for the conclusion to Wintermute. Everything we know about this game is about to change. I'm in the middle of working on a storytelling series for the Long Dark, but this new narrative update needs its own independent series. Over 4 videos, I'll be talking about what you can find in each of these mysterious locations. Before I continue, I would appreciate it if you could do all these things listed on screen. Consider this series of videos to be tinfoil hat adjacent, as there will be some theorizing about what is going on. If you do not want to be spoiled, leave now. This is your final warning. After turning on a transmitter, you will be led to a mysterious signal interfering with the transmitter network. The first one is in Bleak Inlet. The signals turn out to be the new bunkers. In each bunker, there is a ton of loot. The most important thing inside are the 2 narrated notes you can find. In Alpha Bunker, the first note I found was called Security Chief's Log 14. This narrated note is the same as the Signal Void teaser. This is the narration.
The mine is a real shithole. If my job is to shepherd the men, then their job is to keep the roof from landing on all of us. But this week we found a decent chamber to start building Rudiger's gadget. Teams 1 and 2 are with the program, but on shaky ground. Team 3 is getting volatile again. And while it's unclear what they have planned, I've called for additional security to fly in immediately. The medical officer has been conducting alignment interviews and has made some troubling observations. I'm still considering the implications, both for the men as well as project viability. My hope is that the crew can keep their shit together long enough to finish Phase 1, and we can get out of this godforsaken place. It's starting to get to me.
Going forward, this woman is known as the Security Chief. These are the key takeaways from this narration. The word mine is mentioned. I don't want to jump too far ahead of the tale, but in a later narration, the Security Chief mentions the word mine and airfield together. This almost certainly is the industrial mine map that is coming sometime this year. My guess is we are going to get the industrial mine next. Rudiger is building some kind of machine underground away from prying eyes. I have long suspected secret experiments being conducted on Great Bear Island, and this begins to allude to it. Teams 1 and 2 are stable, and Team 3 is volatile. What could this mean? The next line kind of reveals more. The Security Chief doesn't trust Team 3 and is preparing for the worst. These teams are most likely different research teams working on different things in the mine. Team 3 might be working against their goals. The medical officer is conducting alignment interviews, and the Security Chief is concerned with the results. Alignment interviews are generally used to determine if a person fits well with the brand or image of a company. They are interviewing workers to see if they are aligned with the goals of the project. Why would a research project employ workers that don't work with the project's goals? It seems counterproductive. Phase 1 of the project took place in a mine. The Security Chief is concerned that the workers won't keep it together long enough to complete this phase of the project. The Security Chief is being affected by something. I'm not sure what this thing is. It could be environmental or the stress of her duty. It could be something else. The next narrated note you can find is called Interview Transcript 4. This is the narration.
Session 5, Project Medical Officer interviewing Patient 7. Let's visit the second instance again. First occurrence. What do you remember?
The sun was out, but it was cold at the river's edge. There was a group of us that day. Lots of laughing, yelling. Some were in our heads. No one was getting in the water. I guess I liked being first. I didn't even jump, just slipped in quietly away from everybody. The water was clear, but bitter cold. I thought the bottom was closer. My head went under right away. God, I was a lousy swimmer. No one noticed me struggling in the deep pool.
Carry on from where you were last session. Find the ending sequence. What do you see?
My hand reaching for a flat gray stone at the water's edge. I grabbed it. I pulled my head out of the freezing water. A breath. The sun shining through the trees. above us. Was the sun out? I thought... the rain. No. I don't know. That wasn't it.
Keep hold of that image. It's okay if it fades a little. Breathe. Try going again. Second instance.
This interview transcript, as well as the other 3 you will find, feature the medical officer mentioned before and a patient 7. These are the key takeaways from this narration. This is the 5th interview session with this patient. The medical officer mentions instance 2, occurrence 1. It's difficult to figure out what this is talking about. It is clear though that the patient is recalling a memory or a dream. I believe that from the way the patient is speaking, the manner in which he gives certain details makes this a memory. It could also be a very vivid dream that seems too real. The medical officer asks the patient to recall the ending sequence from the last session. I think this confirms the patient is dreaming. The medical officer is having the patient recall a dream they had, or maybe a memory they dreamed about in their sleep. Why though? Why is this so important for the project? The patient is misremembering parts of their story. If this was a vivid dream or memory, he can't remember the ending. The medical officer tells him to hold on to that image. I'm not sure, but I think the image is whether the sun was out or if it was raining, which is where the patient begins to lose confidence in the story. Then the patient is told to repeat instance 2, which would be the exact memory or dream he just told. At the top of the video, I said that Hinterland undersold how important this narrative tale was going to be for the game. These narrated notes, while just an introduction to Signal Void, have given us a glimpse into what happened on Great Bear Island before the first flare. This secret that has been alluded to in the past is finally coming to light. In conclusion, these are the 5 biggest and most important things to know about what is revealed in Bunker Alpha. A research team is working in a mine and building a machine to conduct a research project. The security officer was concerned about the researchers and their ability to work for the project. Something is affecting the researchers, including the security officer. The medical officer is interviewing patients and having them recount a dream. The medical officer is having the patients recount the dream multiple times per interview session. With these key revelations, the basis of Signal Void is set. This narrative tale so far has effectively transformed what the Long Dark truly is. It isn't just about perseverance in a harsh winter wasteland. It is about so much more. The secrets of Great Bear Island are within grasp, and by the time I get to the final bunker in this series, I hope you freak out as much as I did. In the meantime, I will be continuing work on my storytelling series for the Long Dark, as well as this series of videos for Signal Void. Please go check out the first video, which is about the history of Great Bear Island before the collapse. I hope to get episode 2 of that out soon, and then the video for Bunker Beta immediately afterwards. For now, please make sure to do all these things listed on screen, and I will see you next time.